Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, Amanda. Nice
Christian, nice seeing you.
You mind taking a seat?
Not at all.
Awesome. So how was your weekend?
Good, I actually on Saturday I was at Universal. Have you been there?
Yes.
Okay, so you've been on the Hulk ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was on it, right? It's all new and I was super excited for it because they had said that they revamped it last year, so I went on it. It's super awesome. I was so excited to get there that by the time I got back, literally, like, you know how big those garages are, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah, exactly.
And they have two of them.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I didn't remember what level I was on, didn't remember what my car, like what row I was in. It took me like probably 2 hours to find my car. I just was so excited to see it, I just literally could not find my car.
At least you avoided traffic.
Exactly.
After we already left the park, you were like, I'm coasting.
Exactly. But yeah, just had a great time over at the Hulk. So.
Did you by chance go to Daytona? Did you see anyone? Anything cool?
Yeah, I saw the motorcycle races or whatever that were going on over in Daytona this past weekend.
Did you see any older people on their bikes?
Yeah, there were quite a few old people in the crowd. So.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, you can't miss them anywhere.
Oh, I know.
Well, how's your business doing?
It's going pretty good, honestly. You know, it's not been bad at all. We got some new trends coming out, I think. I've been reading the magazine, so just business as usual. I think with summer, you know, it's going to rain. We might slow down a little, but...
Okay. And do you guys ever do anything to combat that slowing down or anything like that?
I mean, we try. We try to pick up, we do motorcycle licenses, so we try to just have people do that more over summer. They have free time.
Gotcha.
So, you know, just
so that's
make
your
up
best
for
way
that.
to combat that.
Yeah, exactly.
Dan, what things do you think are most important to your dealership? Because I know each dealership has their, like, Harley owners groups, and each of them have, like, their own thing.
Right.
What kind of things do you feel important for you guys?
Right, well, we love reaching out to the community. Harley Davidson was founded on, you know, principles of community outreach as well as looking cool on a bike. So, head of the trends on the bikes, but also taking care of, you know, veterans, the disabled, older people. We love community outreach. So, do you mind if I take this real quick?
No, not at all.
Hey, Jim, what's up, man? Yeah, I saw you over at the Hulk. Yeah, you couldn't find your car either? Dude, it took me like 2 hours. I was so excited to go on the Hulk ride that I seriously couldn't find my car. It took me like 2 hours. I should have like just hit the alarm or something, but I just could not remember. I was so excited, but I gotta go, dude. Sorry. All right, cool. Sorry about that.
No worries. Really love that you touched base on veterans and disabled and helping the community. That's a lot about what Angel Wheels is about.
Okay.
Do you think that if maybe we talk about some things that might help you with that community outreach, you might be open to?
Yeah, I'm open to it.
So Angel Wheels actually is specific stabilizer wheels. So one of the things stabilizer wheels do is they help the disabled as well as elderly people. So when you get to slower speeds, one of the biggest issue is that when you're on the bike and your bike slows down, you have to handle your balance a lot more, and then when you land, your legs are carrying the weight of that two-seater bike. I'm sure you're aware.
Right.
So one of the biggest things stabilizer wheels do is that when you get to those slower speeds and you're struggling with that balance, especially if you're older or disabled and don't have the right balance anymore, it activates these wheels that then help you. It's kind of like landing gear on a plane.
Okay.
So they help you when you slow down.
Is that the design?
Yeah, so this is similar. This is one of our models.
Okay.
We have quite a few. I'm going to show you another one coming up.
Okay.
But one of the biggest things that helps is maneuverability and when they're handling those slow speeds.
I'm only concerned because, like I said, we're always ahead of the trends, and some of these are $15,000 bikes. And I just am not sure if the design would look cool on a $15,000 bike with these little training wheels.
Well, the good thing is that they actually are up, so when you're riding at those quick speeds, you can move, you can do everything like a normal bike. It's almost like if they're not there.
Okay.
It just assists someone that otherwise, the thing is when you have an older or disabled person, anyone over the age of 65, things like that, when their balance is a little bit off, they might have to actually switch completely out of a two-seater Harley-Davidson bike, which I'm sure you don't.
No.
Yeah. I'm sure you're aware of that. And they have now those trike fit. I don't know if you've seen them. They have like a really big wheel.
Yeah, they look a little weird,
They look, So we're kind of coming up with a cooler alternative to that. So definitely staying on trend. One of the biggest things, our target market, if you have an older man, especially if you have a cane, if he's struggling to hold himself up, how is he supposed to hold up a heavy bike?
Yeah.
You know, so our biggest thing is when they're over 65 and disabled. One of the other things, did you know that by 2030, about 20% of our population is going to be over the age of 65? not
No, I
including
didn't
our
know.
disabled. So it's kind of a big market. One of the biggest things is, here's a question. Let's say, you have older customers right now.
Correct, mostly.
About what average age would you say your customers might be?
Probably mid-40s to mid-50s, so, definitely by 2030 going to be older.
Okay, so then do you think that you ever keep these throughout lifetime? Do they come back and upgrade their bikes or switch them?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, so they probably keep them throughout their whole lives.
Correct.
So how would you feel if someone got to 65 and then was like, I can't ride my bike anymore, so as much as I love Harley Davidson, I can't be your customer?
I'd be sad because, a lot of these people love to ride, and, especially when they're older and they have their retirement time, that's really when people find themselves riding all the time. So I just, I guess that would make sense to have just people wanting to ride when they're older.
Yeah, so one of the biggest things we do is we try and enable that lifestyle because I really think that you guys build a brand. So Harley Davidson is a well-known name.
Right.
On top of that, you have those owners groups of people that hang out, so especially if that's an older community, that might be their best friends, where they meet, where they get to hang out and really be themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that as a brand, we work on enabling and reaching out to that community and keeping them as your lifetime customer. Would that be something you'd be interested in, keeping a lifetime customer?
Yeah, I love all my customers, and we love communities, and we like to see, older people still riding. We don't want people to stop just because they're, less mobile.
Yeah, so that's one of the biggest things that we work on is, making sure that everyone can do that because, yes, we give you the extra wheels that help you land, but that's just something that empowers you and really lets you live your best life if that's your lifestyle. Are you selling any,
so I know you've got new designs for the bikes, but what I think would be really cool is new stylish gear. Are you selling any new, outfits or jackets or any gear like that?
So we don't really sell any gear. Angel Wings is more of a brand to help build up your brand. It's not necessarily meant to be overshadowing your brand. I think Harley Davidson has a really good foothold on licensing their gear as well as creating their own gear. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you guys have more mannequins in your shop that display your clothing than you have bikes in there. So I know you guys already kind of cover that clothing side, but we're not really focused on that.
Right.
We really focus on making sure you can keep your customers for life.
Right, that makes sense.
And how you keep bringing them back to get a new bike or get that upgrade or get those new, hydraulic wheels that we just debuted, things like that.
Okay.
And then I know we were talking about cost a little bit. So installed to your customer, it costs them $1,995. That's with installation.
Okay.
Usually the dealer handles installation and includes it in the cost, just because it's only a 2-hour installation.
Okay.
So same day that they purchase it, it can be put on their bike and they can head out. And you guys actually receive a 50% discount, so you actually make a significant amount, but I don't even think it's about the cost at that point.
No, I'm just not very good with numbers. I've never been good with this, so just explain it very simply to me on how much it'll cost me total and how much I should be selling it for, what are my, margins.
So you're going to be making a 50% margin.
Okay.
You will buy it at $997.50.
Okay.
And then you will sell it at $1,995.
Okay.
The only cost that comes to you then in addition to that would be the 2 hours of labor that the person would be installing it. I think the biggest thing, about that, in addition to that, we do offer an additional package. I think a lot of people that are trying to build or worried about competitors really do appreciate that package, and I can go over that a little bit more. I know you wanted to go more into detail. This is more of what the design looks like. I know you covered that a little earlier. So that's what our newest design looks like. So it pops in and pops out. And that's where it would be located on the bike. But the greatest thing is your customers, you want them for life.
Right.
So although you might be spending those 2 hours on that installation, you're making a 50% margin and you're making a customer for life.
Right, of course, because I do love my customers, and I love being involved in the community.
Yeah. So I know you mentioned being involved in the community. One of the packages that we offer actually involves involvement in the community and offers you exclusivity. So we actually partner with the Disabled Veterans Association, and we personally started donating from the first time that, the founder's best friend actually was a disabled veteran.
Okay.
And he fell off his bike at a McDonald's parking lot.
Really?
How terrible is that? And then that could actually extend his injury, so that might be even worse
Yeah, that's
than the whole
terrible.
situation. So we started donating from that point forward, and one of the biggest things we do, we try and get everyone that we're associated with to donate as well.
Right.
What we ask for usually is a $5,000 donation to the Disabled Veterans Association. What that does allow is distribution rights. So in that whole green radius, that's a 50-mile radius around your location.
Okay.
And so what that would allow is no one within that 50-mile radius is going to sell angel wings, except for you.
Okay. We actually, our Harley-Davidson donates heavily to a local church, and that church actually helps mobility with the disabled, with kids, and with the elderly, and a lot of veterans.
Yeah.
We already donate a lot to that. So you're telling me that you want me to donate a lot to the church and to the Disabled Veterans Association?
Well, it's actually both a benefit to you as well as disabled veterans. Yes, I do want you to donate, of course, because although it's a large amount, it is only one time. The great thing about it, though, is that you're gaining exclusivity for your business. So it's completely, you can write it off, but that's something that the church won't give you. You know, it won't build your business beyond what it's doing.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's a lot of veterans that are not necessarily religiously affiliated, but then don't 100% benefit from those donations, which through the Disabled Veterans Association, they completely reach out to individual veterans, and that would actually still reach those people that are not religiously affiliated.
Okay.
So that's one of the things we work on, is it gives you distribution rights, which would then long-term build your business, because let's say someone buys a Harley-Davidson in Kissimmee,
Okay.
or the East Orlando Harley-Davidson that you guys have. You guys compete, amongst yourselves.
Right.
Let's say someone buys a Harley-Davidson there. They get to 60, 65, they have an issue balancing. They can't go back to the original and install this piece. They have to come to you because you have those exclusive rights.
That makes sense.
And so that would then build your business, because then you'd be the biggest Harley-Davidson within the Orlando area, within that 50-mile radius, and you'd be able to offer them the best services for them. Is that something you'd be interested in today? Definitely doing the donation to getting that exclusivity, as well as at least starting with 2 units.
I'm just concerned with the risks involved in this deal.
So I'm going to go over the cost a little bit more. What specific risks do you think that you're...
Yeah, so just, the order costs are going to be a little expensive, and especially the $5,000 donation is pretty steep. I'm just concerned, what we're seeing is just cool trends and gear and stuff. I just, am concerned with the risk of investing it towards the angel wheels. So, being clear, your initial startup would be approximately, at a maximum, $7,000. Right.
That would be to have 2 angel wing units and exclusive rights.
Right.
The beauty of that is angel wings sell themselves. Would you agree?
I can. I can see how they would.
So one of the biggest things I say is, you're spending $7,000 as your initial startup cost, and then you're gaining a customer for life. So how much, you said your customers on average spend $15,000 to $16,000 on a bike?
Yeah, that's how much some of our bikes go for.
So one of the biggest things is you're spending half of one bike to gain a customer for life. And that would also allow you to then continue to gain multiple customers for life. Would you agree that that would?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure once they've seen it, they would be a customer for life. So so it's just risky is all. I'm just not comfortable with the risks for $7,000. So
what's risky if they're going to be a customer for life?
So, like I said, we have to donate a lot to the church, and so well, we do.
Oh, okay, you choose to.
Yeah, so I'm just not sure if we would be able to afford the $5,000 donation to the DVA.
Yeah.
In addition to that.
Well, one of the biggest things, they kind of try and look at it as a percentage, so it's only, a third, so it's 33% of one of your bikes.
Okay.
Going to the Disabled Veterans Association, and I know you said being involved in the community is a big thing.
Right.
Also, you can write it off in taxes, so you won't be paying anything else on that. But one of the greatest things, in my opinion, is that you're backing the people, you're backing your customers. You have the same values they do. Would you agree that maybe having the same values as your customers something might be important to you?
Yeah, it's always good.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things is by donating to the disabled veterans as opposed to the church, you're not going to divide into religious domination. God forbid, someone not be into, anything religious.
Right.
You would then be able to move forward with something that's non-religious.
Right.
So then the cost wouldn't technically be that risky. And you'd have exclusivity, which would then allow you to be the only one to
Right.
get all of these people over 65 and disabled in a 50-mile radius. Is that something you'd be a little more interested in doing?
I'm not comfortable with the risks today. I just think it's with the money, I'm just not comfortable. You know, I'm more than welcome to listen to it again in 2 weeks if you wanted. I just, don't think that the risk right now with trends in fashion are moving.
Well, I will let you know. I know you talked a lot about trends in fashion, so I do have some testimonials from both our customers and actually a magazine. We were mentioned in the magazine.
Okay.
So one of the things the magazine said, there will come a day when we're too old to ride, when a bike becomes too heavy and the road becomes too treacherous for us to maneuver. And I think if a magazine is saying that, they're being aware of the trend that's coming forward. So 20% of people by 2030 are going to be over 65,
Right.
not including everyone who's going to be disabled. So they're kind of really aware of that. And then they actually took it a step further, mentioned us and featured us in their magazine article, and even showed like what the additional features are. And below, we had over 20 comments that actually said exactly how many people ordered or how much they love the product, how that affected their disability, how they were able to stay with us. And then a personal customer actually sent us an email that said, just a quick note to express how well your system works. I had a competitor system on my bike until discovering your Angel Wheels. The difference is night and day. I'm sure you hear it often, but right from the initial contact, I felt looked after, and the installation was fast and worked immediately. So our customers feel like we're taking care of them, and I think Harley-Davidson is a brand that wants to feel like their customers take care of them.
Right.
Is that correct?
No, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so that's one of the biggest reasons that I feel like you guys would be so benefited by just having Angel Wheels, because it would then allow your customers to have, a lifetime with you guys. And in addition to that, it would really allow them to enjoy the most out of their bikes and even upgrade. You can always do an upgrade moving forward and saying this bike might be better for you, might have more room. They can also move their Angel Wheels over, and that might actually be a point of upgrade.
Okay.
Would that be something that might work a little more?
Like I said, I'm just not comfortable with the risk right now of the $7,000. I'm more than willing to reschedule for 2 weeks, just to see what the trends do. That's
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so do you want me to come back in 2 weeks? Do you want to set Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, Mondays were great for me.
Okay, morning, afternoon?
Let's do afternoon.
Okay, sounds great. I'll see you
Awesome.
Monday.
See ya.
Thank you so much. I'll
No
email you all
problem.
the figures, how we can go over them.
For sure. Awesome.
Have a good afternoon.
Thanks.